Day 2, I'm in the antelope blind. I've got all these antelope around, and I'm like, it is just a matter of time. A doe comes walking in, but what does she do? Instead of giving me the perfect broadside shot at our cattle tank, she swings all the way around and drinks from the other side. Not only do I not have a good shot, but she's quartering to me. Not a shot I'm gonna take. What's right behind her? Big monster, that's supposed to look like antelope horns. Monster antelope comes walking around the back of the tank, and I'm like, oh my gosh, look at that buck.
We had a doe quartering to us at about 26. The buck walked by at 35, came in and then spooked. Never gave me a shot. Dang. He's still out there though. We were close, man.
Now, you would think, even though I have a tag that's good for a doe, buck, any size buck, that I would hold out for a big buck with as many bucks as there. No, I've already made up my mind that the first legal animal into that cattle tank I'm gonna take. But now I have a decision to make. I look up and here comes the big buck around again to come back into the antelope tank. And I'm like, oh, he's gonna come in and get water. But what happens? A smaller buck is now coming in and is in front of the big buck. Now, a lot of people, Michael Waddell, Chuck Adams, quite a few people I know, would have waited, knowing they were gonna get a shot at the bigger trophy buck. What did I do? Well, if you've been watching the show very long, you know exactly what I did. As soon as that little buck came in and turned broadside,
Smoked him, dude. Stay on him. He's not gonna go anywhere. I just smoked him. Hoyt Satori. 23 yards, I think. Might have been 24. I can't remember now. I'm shaking. Okay, 23 yards. Right at the crease, buddy. I mean, I nailed that buck. That was awesome. We got another antelope right here. So I'm gonna be real quiet. We're gonna give it a minute before we go out there. Got a buck here. My buck's down right there. Good job, buddy. Dang, I love it. That's awesome.
problem is, I got this antelope down and I've got bucks all over the place. The bigger buck's coming around the tank. He walks around my dead antelope. He's cruising around. I've only got 30 minutes until it's dark, but I don't want to get out of the blind. One of the reasons we're so successful is we try not to let the antelope associate the blinds with people. If they see people coming in and out of the antelope blinds in the daytime, it's no bueno. It's not gonna work. So that's one of the reasons we pull the trucks right up to the blind, let people out, get them in the blind, and then leave the blinds. That's one of the keys to our success. If you're a competitive outfitter, don't try that. It doesn't really work, I'm just kidding. So, I don't want to get out of the blind and spook all these antelope because Michelle's gonna hunt the next morning. Fortunately, I've only got a little bit of time to wait until it starts to get dark, and then I grab my antelope. But you talk about a beautiful night of reflection, watching one of my horses walk across the sunset, watching this beautiful antelope buck chase around another buck. Man, it was just beautiful.
Man, you'll see, even though I'm in a blind and I'm sitting in the Millennium chair and I had sun coming in the blind. We try not to face the blind straight east or straight west so the sun doesn't ever come directly in the blind. But when we set this one up at the west, it kind of comes in at an angle. And of course, right at dusk, you know, right before the sun goes down, when that buck shows up, the sun's low on the horizon and it's coming right in the blind. So you can see I had light on my hand, I had light on my eastern axis, and I was drawn back so slow because I did not want that reflection off my hand or the bow or anything else to catch that antelope's attention. Beautiful though, watching an eastern axis, whew, tipped with a muzzy broadhead, blew through that antelope like it wasn't even there. Literally the arrow blew through, and I think it hung up on the tire out there at about 30 yards. There's no feeling with any bow or with any rifle, muzzleloader, handgun, crossbow, it doesn't matter what you're shooting. The feeling of making a good shot, hitting exactly where you're looking, is the best feeling in the world. But doing it with the recurve, for me, man, that gets my heart pumping pretty fast. And I hope that never stops.
Here's the beautiful buck I just shot. And the other antelope are moving out of the prairie. He's not the biggest buck on the prairie. You can see he's got little, oh, he's probably got, I'm gonna give him all of 7 inches. What do you think, Ryan?
Absolutely.
7, maybe even 8. Follow the curve, now 7.
Don't get excited.
Yeah. Beautiful antelope buck. You can see I hit him right where I was looking, right here in the pocket. Just a beautiful antelope buck. We had bucks all over us. Look at that beautiful sunset. Man, that's pretty with the mountains in the background. Doesn't get any better.